Hello, my name's Yvonne Wilson. I'm an additional support needs and wellbeing support officer with Scottish Borders Council. I'm currently seconded from my position in primary as a class teacher, and this is my third year of looking after everything to do with health and wellbeing and now additional support needs as well. I'd like to tell you about the health and wellbeing curricular section on the SBC Way Launchpad. So I'm just going to begin by taking you through the steps you would go through to get to that part of the Launchpad. We start with our core business and then into breakthrough curriculum. You'll be familiar with literacy and numeracy, and then we also have our health and wellbeing framework section by clicking here. These are the 6 areas of our health and wellbeing curriculum, and we have been adding to these over the last few months with things that we already had in place, and then there's some new things in there as well. So I'm just going to go through each one in turn, starting at the top with mental, emotional, social and physical well-being. If we click into that one, you can see the programs that we use with primary and secondary, as well as parent programs, staff training, and other key documents in professional learning. Building resilience for primary school from early to second level is the core resource that we use for mental, emotional, social and physical well-being. If I click into building resilience, you then get to a link to go to where the toolkit is, and that takes you through into Schoolhouse, where all of the documents are stored. If I now go back, close that off, it's the same for secondary, all the Young Minds Matter resources. Click into the box, go to the resources, which again are stored in Schoolhouse, and you can see them all split there into S1 to S4 with a handbook to guide you through if you need it. Back onto the thing link. This program here is actually about to be updated, but at the moment it's called Confident Staff, Confident Children, and many of our staff have been through that training. There's a new version of Confident Staff, Confident Children coming very soon. It's called Mental Health Matters. So if you want to have a look at this for now, it is there in Schoolhouse. That's the old course, but very soon that will be updated and we'll let you know when that happens. There's 2 parent programs there, one raising children and one raising teens with confidence. Again, clicking on them will take you to the materials in Schoolhouse. Other key documents in this section that you might find useful, this will continue to be added to, but there's lots of interesting and useful resources for you to use to support mental health and wellbeing with your pupils, along with some Scottish Government documents and Education Scotland resources within there. Professional learning is coming soon. This section here, when you click on it, when you see it change, the icon changes from an eye to the little arrow, you'll be able to go in and get links to any professional learning that you may find useful in the area of mental, emotional, social and physical well-being. Okay, so I'm going to come out of that one, click the back arrow and go into planning for choices and change. Now this section is under development. This is something that we know needs more work, but in the meantime, just to help you, there are some useful links in here to the National Health and Wellbeing Professional Learning Community, to some developing the young workforce information. And then this one's for secondary. This is the My Way for BGE and may be useful to you. As I say, though, this will be added to very soon. Physical education, physical activity and sport. If we click into here, what's in here is really more useful for the primary sector. And this is something that we know the Connections project, the PE teaching cards have been around for a while, but we've got a link to that in here. Again, a link to the National Health and Wellbeing Professional Learning Community has a lot of useful resources in there for PE. And our Active Schools newsletter will be updated when each one comes out. Again, this one will be added to more in due course. Food and health. This one for primary and is useful for secondary as well, only has at the moment the link to the National Health and Wellbeing Professional Learning Community. As it says there, new content will be coming soon. But in food and health and the professional learning community, I'm just going to show you it very briefly. There are a number of useful resources in there to save you scrolling around the internet trying to find things to teach food and health. Education Scotland have recommended some brilliant sites to go to for lesson plans. So come back out of food and health and into substance misuse. Now, hopefully, your head teachers have informed you that this is the new SBC substance use framework. On here, we have a link to the core resource, which is the I Am Me learning platform. We also have an overview for primary and early years and some additional lessons for primary and early years, an overview for secondary and some additional lessons for secondary as well. If I just show you the I Am Me learning platform, when you click on the box, it will take you straight to the I Am Me site. And before you can use it, you need to register. And then usually within 24, but within 48 hours, you will be sent login details, of which you can then go on and use all the resources on the site. When you log in, you're given a choice to go between primary and secondary resources. In substance use, there are other useful resources in there, but we are recommending this for substance misuse. The program's called Alcohol and Substance Awareness Education, and this is the primary one. When you click in there, you will get all of the lessons you need to teach substance use education. There is a smoking and vaping lesson at the bottom here. I don't recommend it for primary 7. Have a look and see what you think, but for my mind, it's a little bit too advanced for primary school, and there are some graphic images in there that I don't think are suitable for P7, and I feel it's best used at S2. I've had that discussion with some colleagues on the substance use working group. They agree, but again, use your professional judgment on that one. So just to mention, there are some additional lessons for primary. There is only one additional lesson at the moment, and that is around caffeine and energy drinks. That's a PowerPoint lesson that you can use if you feel that there is an issue with caffeine and energy drinks in your school. In secondary, there are a few additional lessons. This again takes you to Schoolhouse so that you can see them. And these are for use within the BGE. So from S1 to S3, if you need extra lessons, these are all mentioned in the I Am Me programme, but you may just want to do a little bit of extra work if it's a particular problem in your school. Pastoral staff are all aware of these lessons and have been using them successfully. But if there's any issues with anything in the I Am Me resources, please let me know and I can get that sorted out for you. One other useful link in this section is the partner agency resources and information, and that is, again, a link to Schoolhouse where we have lots of different documentation that used to sit on the glow tile. So we've got different bulletins, different information from partner agencies, drug trends, the radar system, things like that that might be useful to you. Again, a little bit of that is professional learning as well, some of the links in there, so you might want to use that. If you need any further information, just please get in touch. So that is a quick overview of substance misuse. And the last one is quite an easy one. So this is relationships, sexual health and parenthood. And on here, we've got our core resource, which is the RSHP national site, which we've been using for a few years now, and everyone should be using that. But there are some extra things that you may want to look at, in particular to upskill yourself. Again, on the National Health and Wellbeing PLC, resources have been downloaded into Schoolhouse as well, so you can go there for direct access that's linked to the website. And then there's some useful other links on Education Scotland on their page that you might want to go to, again, as I said, to upskill yourself just for extra information. So that is the Health and Wellbeing Framework on our SBC Way Launchpad. I hope that that has helped with some of your planning and also professional learning in that area. But as I said, if there's anything at all that you're not sure about or you need help with, please, you can get in touch with me by email. Thank you.